of Nuron, Mr. Srinivasan again. So I welcome everybody on the stage, please, to take this forward. First of all, I would like to invite Mr. Srinivasan to talk about our Digital Convergence Expo 2023. So you may also ask any questions if you have about the Digital Convergence Expo that has been happening. And I think this is the first time we are doing a proper press meet about the event also, I guess. So we will have a proper press conference. Yes.
Digital Space India exhibition வந்து நாங்கள் கடந்த 15 இயர்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிறோம். 15 எக்ஸிபிஷன் பண்ணியிருக்கிறோம். டிஜிட்டல் ஸ்பேஸ் இந்தியாவோட மெயின் நோக்கம் வந்து இப்போ இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில் வந்து டெக்னாலஜி மாறதுனால இந்த டெக்னாலஜி பேஸ் பண்ணிட்டு நாங்கள் டிஜிட்டல் சேட் எக்ஸ்போ டிஜிட்டல் ஸ்பேஸ் இந்தியான்னு சொல்லிட்டு டிஜிட்டல் கன்வர்ஜேஷன் எக்ஸ்போ வச்சுருக்கிறோம். இது 3 நாளைக்கு இருக்குது. சென்னை ட்ரேட் சென்டரில் 23, 24, 25 இந்த எக்ஸிபிஷனில் வந்து மெயின் ஸ்பான்சராக இது வந்து நியூரான் ப்ராட்பேண்ட் ஸ்பான்சர் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. இந்த டெக்னாலஜி பார்க்கும்போது கடந்த 35 இயர்ஸ் கேபிள் டிவியில் வந்து ட்ரெமெண்டஸ் சேஞ்சஸ் வந்துருக்குது. இந்த சேஞ்சஸில் வந்து நெக்ஸ்ட்டு வந்து நெக்ஸ்ட் ஜென்ரேஷன் வந்து ஃபுல்லாக டிஜிட்டல் ஆகுது. ஆல்ரெடி டிஜிட்டல் இருக்குது. இப்போ டிஜிட்டல் பேஸில் வந்து டோர் டு டோர் ஃபைபராக கேபிள் டிவி டெக்னாலஜி வந்து மாறப்போகுது. அதுக்காக இந்த எக்ஸிபிஷனில் வந்து ஸ்பெஷல் என்னென்னா கம்ப்ளீட்டாக ஐபி பேஸ்ட் சிக்னல் வந்து டோர் டு டோர் ஃபைபர் டு ஹோம் சர்வீஸில் எடுத்துகிட்டு போகிறாங்க. இந்த 3 எக்ஸிபிஷனில் வந்து கிட்ட சேட்டலைட்டு கேபிள் டிவி ப்ராட்காஸ்ட்டு ப்ராட்பேண்டு இன்டர்நெட் ஆஃப் திங்ஸு ஐபிடிவி இந்த டெக்னாலஜிஸ் ஃபுல்லாக வந்து டிஸ்பிளே காமிக்க போகிறாங்க. எல்லா கம்பெனிஸ் ஆல் ஓவர் இந்தியா வேர்ல்டு வைட் நிறைய கம்பெனிஸ் வராங்க. இந்த எக்ஸிபிஷனில் வந்து வி ஆர் எக்ஸ்பெக்டிங் ஹியூஜ் க்ரௌட் ஃபார் த எக்ஸிபிஷன். தேங்க்யூ.
Namaskaram to everybody. So let me introduce myself. I'm Venkatesh. I'm the president and the co-founder of this company Nuron, which has got the opportunity of sponsoring this particular event. Digital Space, what Mr. Srinivas has been running for the last 15 years, has been a grossly successful event where operators from all over Tamil Nadu and even the south of India come and visit this particular exhibition. Nuron is basically based out of Karnataka. And we just started operations in Tamil Nadu and Goa. We got this opportunity and we said, why not we look at it in a very positive manner, and why not we start looking at it from perspective of engaging ourselves more with the operators in Tamil Nadu in particular. Tamil Nadu's launch has been a key factor for Nuron. There are 38 districts in Tamil Nadu, out of which 17 districts we are already have some sort of engagements going on with us. With this platform in play, I think we can really improvise upon the whole thing. There are a lot of values what Nuron brings to the table. Internet service provider நிறைய பேர் இருக்காங்க. இப்போ I mean இது ஒன்றும் புதுசு ஒன்றும் இல்லை நாங்கள் பண்ணுறது. பட் ஆக்சுவலாக என்னன்னு பார்த்தா இன்டர்நெட் ஃபார் பாரத்னு நாங்கள் சொல்கிறோம். I mean India is one aspect which is related to tier 1, tier 2 cities where you get high speed internet, 50 Mbps, 100 Mbps, 100 speedலாம் போடுது. But Bharat is other tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 cities where you get internet to the extent of 2 Mbps, 5 Mbps is what is there right now. Okay, so those areas is what we are focusing on as Nuron. Now we have done very successfully in Karnataka. We are there in 175 cities in Karnataka right now, and the 175 small cities are there. I mean over and above Bangalore and all of that, we also have 175 smaller cities and towns in Karnataka where we have gone and done business there. Those areas are not having good internet. என் பொண்ணு வந்து ஐஐடி படிக்கணும்னு ஆசைப்படுது. Abu Bangalore, she is having all the facilities available with her. But what about the child in a remote city in Tamil Nadu or any of the states in India? What about them? Do they not have the ambition? Do they not have the aspiration? And the aspiration கொண்டதுக்கு தான் நாங்க வந்து ஒரு டெக்னாலஜி கொண்டு வந்திருக்கோம், which is a completely cloud-based technology, which is the first of its kind in India, which enables that I can go to a small place, a small city, and still give quality internet. Now, quality internet பேசுறதே வெறும் ஸ்பீடு மட்டும் இல்லை. Okay, 50 Mbps, 100 Mbps, that is a given. But the other aspects, like for example, இன்னைக்கு without lagging ஒரு வீடியோ பண்ணது, இன்னைக்கு நான் வந்து ஒரு எஜுகேஷன் ஸ்பேஸை பண்றேன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன். So now I mean, we are doing this by all the other companies are there. இப்போ அந்த மெட்டீரியல் நான் வந்து ஆக்சஸ் பண்ணணும்னா எனக்கு வந்து பஃபர் ஃப்ரீயா இருக்கணும் இன்டர்நெட். அந்த பஃபர் ஃப்ரீயா கொண்டு ஒரு டெக்னாலஜி போர்ஷன்ஸ் இருக்கு. அந்த டெக்னாலஜி போர்ஷன் நாம வச்சிருக்கோம். That is what we are able to take it across to the people. Now many people can promise video, but then they'll talk about higher speeds. Higher speed means higher costs. Now who's going to pay that? Right? Today we are talking about, I can give you a very beautiful example. Davanagere ஒரு city, it's a tier 4 city or tier 3 city in Karnataka. அங்க வந்து ஒரு cable operator daughter wanted to do engineering. She had to leave, I mean the parents had to leave Davanagere and go towards Bangalore so that the dream of the child can be fulfilled. That parent could afford it. The relocation, they could afford it. Many parents cannot afford the relocation. அந்த சிச்சுவேஷனுக்கு நாம வந்து டெக்னாலஜி சொல்றோமே, அந்த டெக்னாலஜி என்ன யூஸ்? இப்போ நம்ம வந்து ஒரு the smallest village, ஒரு smallest city and townல போயிட்டு நம்ம டெக்னாலஜி கொடுத்தாதான் there's a value for us. And that's what Nuron stands for. Nuron basically, John, if you look at the name, Neuron is the neural capability of the mind. So நாங்க அதை anglicize பண்ணி Nuron. That's what the whole story is. We are very happy to engage with Srinivas and Digital Space, and we believe this will be the first step for us to launch our services in Tamil Nadu and to do justice to our vision what we have, which is to take internet to the remotest part of India, which is what we got as Bharat. Thank you. Any questions, anything we want to have? We welcome to the new members who just come. So I hope you didn't miss too much. But any questions, I'm happy to answer. There's always a starting trouble everywhere. So any one of us can just shoot any question you want and then let's start off somewhere.
Sir, what is Nuron mission?
The mission of Nuron is to go to the Bharat, the lowest part, the denominator of this particular country, and to start giving quality internet to their particular services. A video-ready network available for them. Also, I forgot to inform one thing to the forum here, that Nuron is the first AI-enabled network which is available right now. So AI is the buzzword. Everybody talks about AI. Fair enough. But what is AI? AI is basically ability of the network to understand whether there is going to be a problem which is going to come, let's say 2 months from now or 6 months from now. What is the status of the equipment? Please understand, these are all electronics which are deployed everywhere. So therefore, there's a good chance the electronics start deteriorating because of weather conditions, because of usage. நிறைய இடத்துல வந்து இப்போ வந்து ப்ராப்பரா ஒரு டஸ்டி என்வாரன்மெண்டா இருக்கும். டஸ்டி என்வாரன்மெண்ட்ல வந்து எக்யூப்மெண்ட் நிறைய ஒர்க் ஆகாது. அங்க நம்ம வந்து எக்யூப்மெண்ட் வந்து ஒரு டெட்டரேஷன் ஆரம்பிச்சிடும். அந்த டெட்டரேஷன் ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்குன்னா எனி எக்யூப்மெண்ட், ஸோ அது ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்குன்னா நம்மளுக்கு ஒரு கேப்பபிலிட்டி இருக்கணும், அது முதல்லயே அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணதுக்கு டெட்டரேஷன் ஆயிட்டுருக்குன்னு சொல்லிட்டு, so that I can then start giving, I can anticipate this problem to come and then go and start resolving it. That is what is the AI component in my particular network. So I believe, and this is a statement I am making out here, that Nuron is the first AI-enabled internet service provision in India.
What is Nuron presence in India?
Nuron?
Presence in India.
Okay, we started off in Karnataka, We are there in around 172 cities in Karnataka right now. Bangalore is of course the head office where we are based out of. Subsequently, see, this is a license-based industry. So we need to take a license before we can start giving our services. So we got a license for Karnataka. Now we have just got our licenses for Tamil Nadu and Goa. Goa operations have started off in a very good way. We are already close to around, I think touching 10K subscriber base in Goa itself. And Tamil Nadu, we are just starting it now through this particular engagement of ours. So that is the base of Nuron. Others can also ask some other questions.
Is it only going to be in the remote areas or just trying to launch it all over?
And so that they can provide a triple play or a quad play, which can be enabled only through convergence. That is, they'll be using fiber optics. Even in remote areas, people are using only copper. So this IT industry, this internet is what brings them the quad play system or the triple play system, where your voice, data, computing applications and your entertainment can be brought in a single cable. That is where the technology is going forward. We are way behind when we are compared with abroad, but we are almost catching up with them, and we are a part of the convergence where we are giving our technology so that cable operators basically can give a better service to the general public. Any questions on the technology you want to ask, you can ask. Yeah.
So one other aspect what we talk about, when we talk about the remotest parts of the world, there are schools and colleges. There are government institutions. Needs higher compute power. Higher compute power, you need to start investing more amount of money towards desktops and laptops and all of that. நிறைய இடத்துல வந்து கேப்பபிலிட்டி இருக்காது. எல்லா வீட்லயும் ஒரு டெலிவிஷன் இருக்கும். ஒரு டெலிவிஷன் வச்சுட்டு நம்ம வேலை பண்ண முடியுமா நம்ம பார்க்கணும். Actual cost of a desktop or a laptop in Pata on the screen than actual cost. Screen can be substituted with a television. Can I do that? And can I use the technology to work on it? Nuron has that. We call what is called the virtual desktop. So we have a concept of virtual desktop, which our network enables it to go and connect to the cloud, thereby giving a seamless experience and using the television as a monitor. And of course, we need to have a keyboard and a mouse. But then we can use that. So ஒரு கிராமத்துல கூட ஒரு வீடு இருக்கு, சின்ன வீடு இருக்கு, அந்த வீடுல வந்து ஒரு கேப்பபிலிட்டி ஃபுல்லா இருக்காது, for capability to go and buy a 30,000 rupees worth of a desktop. That can be substituted by maybe around less than 5,000 rupees worth of an equipment, just for the connecting and all those kind of things. I'm assuming that the television is already there, which is a fair assumption. So I think that's where we are. So these are the kinds of things. So technology can be used for these are the kind of aspects what we should work on. How can I take it across to the lowest denominator? That is when technology is of use to us. And is it affordable? That's when technology is used for us. நம்ம ஒரு டெக்னாலஜி வச்சுட்டு நாசா ஓட்டுன்னு தான் நம்ம மீனிங். நம்ம ஓட்டு நம்ம ஜனங்களுக்கு வேணும். How can I give that quotient of them by which their standard of life can improve? That is what Nuron works on. One more thing which I'd like to talk about is security. Very often we feel that we hear about phishing, malware, ransomware, all these kind of things are happening right now, very often. Right? I mean, that has to be worked out. Now, all of us are, as individuals, we use internet in our homes. All of us have our challenges. We suddenly ask, I mean, we don't know. For example, simple thing, I mean, ஒரு மெசேஜ் வந்தது. அந்த citibank.com ரெண்டு வந்தது. இதுல எது கரெக்ட் எது தப்புன்னு சொல்றாங்க. ரெண்டு பக்கத்து ஒரே மாதிரி தான் இருந்துச்சு. ஒண்ணுமே புரியல. வந்து ஒண்ணு ஏ அந்த கோதிக் ஏ இருந்து ஒண்ணு வந்து நார்மல் ஏ இருந்தது. நாம எழுதுவோம் அந்த ஏ இருந்தது. அந்த நார்மல் எழுதுதான் வந்து ஃபால்ட். Other one is the Gothic one is the one which is the original one. Tell me something. We as supposed to be educated people are not able to understand the difference. What are we expecting other people to do this? It's a good risk which is standing into play. I'm not saying that anything. I'm just trying to say that there's a good amount of risk where your malware, phishing, and all this kind of aspect. And today everything is becoming digital. Our phone has become so critical to us. And if that is hacked, large extent many things can go wrong. So those are the aspects where Nuron comes into play. We have end security devices which can be installed in the telephones, in your laptops, at a very very reasonable pricing, by which we can take care of these kind of stories. So we are working on this also. There is a software available with us where we have developed internally, which will also tell you உங்க பாஸ்வேர்ட் நம்ம எங்க பிக் பாஸ்கெட் போறோம், நம்ம போடுறோம், நம்ம வேற எங்கேயோ ஒரு டாடா கிளிக்ல போறோம், நம்ம இதை போடுறோம், யூசர் நேம் பாஸ்வேர்ட் எல்லாம். இது எங்களுக்கு போகுது நம்ம ஐடியா இருக்கா? இல்ல. ஸோ இதுக்கு ஒரு சாஃப்ட்வேர் நம்ம கிட்ட இருக்கு. அதை சொன்னோம் உங்களுக்கு இல்ல உங்க சாஃப்ட்வேர் உங்க பாஸ்வேர்ட் இங்க தான் காம்ப்ரமைஸ் ஆயிருக்குன்னு காமிக்கும். We can take action on that. We can change our passwords. We know what to do. I think we can take action on this, no? இன்னும் பண்ண முடியாது அதை வச்சிருக்கு. என்ன ஆயிடுச்சு. But at least we can take an action on that. So those are the kind of things we are working on. So internet, otherwise per se, or an internet service provider is an extremely commoditized service. I am not doing any great shit. I am not doing a rocket science. But if I can change the end user capability, I will use the end user applications. If I can shape that, then I think there's a value which is getting added to the whole system. That's what we are working on.
Sir, how is Nuron delivering internet for the Bharat?
Big question. So I think that's exactly why we are here. Brilliant. Thank you, sir. So I think Murli touched base upon an aspect of cable operators. Now we work through cable operators. We do not lay the last mile. Now the cable operators, please understand, have been in the market or in this business for the last 25 plus years. They have been there. They know the market conditions. They know the genteel. They know the diaspora better than any of us put together. That is their capability. But what they lack in is the aspect of technology. We need to from a perspective of what to implement, how to implement is not what their forte is. That is where Nuron-led companies come into play. We partner with cable operators, strictly with cable operators. We do not go directly. We partner with cable operators and then we go into the market with the offerings. And that's how we give the services to the subscribers.
What is the role of Nuron in 5G emergence?
Wow. So that's another brilliant point. I mean, 5G has been in this room, at least, is the elephant in the room, right? I mean, everybody talks about 5G being everything. It's going to take over tomorrow's mode of communication or mode of delivery, etc. 5G has two aspects which are there. One, we have to understand that as the G increases, we go from 2G to 3G, 4G, 5G, and tomorrow 6G or 7G, the lambda will keep coming down. When you need to have more amount of towers which will be needed for us to effectively transmit the signals, because the lambda keeps on going down as you go up the G. So therefore, the more number of towers means more amount of emissions. We are going to be risked with more amount of EMFs coming into play. So what is going to happen and also more amount of cost. More towers mean more amount of cost. To take care of that, there's something called pico cells or femto cells which will come into play, where your house, there will be it will have the ability, your Wi-Fi router will have the ability, or let's say your curb which is there, where you have certain end equipment which is there. Your curb will have the ability to then transmit the signals across to you and also receive the signals and transmit into the backhaul. This is going to be Murli talked about convergence. Convergence will happen in many forms. 5G will be another particular form where the convergence will happen, where signals transmission and receiving will start happening using these kind of networks which are there. People like Nuron will start becoming carriers for them, and then thereby reduce the aspect of number of towers. Reduce is not going to eliminate, reduce the number of towers which are coming into play. But yes, 5G is going to be the next generation, how we are going to receive things. One other important point, ma'am, is that please understand, 80% of the consumption happens inside the house, a house or office or whatever, in closed doors. only 20% of the consumption happens outside. So when you're on the road, is when that 20% happens. That's when actual effect of any of these GSM technologies can come into play. It could be 4G or 5G. Now, நீங்க வீட்டுக்குள்ள இருக்கிறது உங்களுக்கு அவ்வளோ நார்மலா உங்களுக்கு அது ஃபுல் பவர் வராது. ஏன்னா நம்ம வீடு வந்து we make it using hollow bricks, right? We don't like by US எல்லாம் போனா அவங்களுக்கு வந்து they have those wooden structures which make those houses and all of that. So therefore the transmission power of the RF signal is way superior when compared to in India where we use only hollow bricks. So therefore the transmission power reduces drastically. அதுக்கு தான் நீங்க பார்த்தனா வீட்டுக்குள்ள போயிட்டு ஒரு டெலிஃபோன் எடுக்கணும்னா ஒரு டெலிஃபோன் கால் எடுக்கணும்னா ஆர் லெட்ஸ் சே we always struggle நம்ம ஒரு ரேபிட் மாதிரி சுத்துவோம் ஹலோ ஹலோ ஹலோன்னு சுத்துவோம் ஒரு மாதிரி ஏன் அது ஏன்னா சிக்னல் வருது இல்ல வீட்டுக்குள்ள அந்த மாதிரி சிச்சுவேஷன்ல வந்து you will definitely be more reliant on wired technology wired broadband which is what we are when compared to a GSM but the convergence will happen where we will enable the signal transmission using our devices for the 5G GSM players. But lovely question, ma'am. Thank you very much for asking this.
Sir,
Yes,
who
sir.
are the stakeholders of Nuron?
I'm sorry.
Who are the major stakeholders?
Okay, so this is a funded company. In which my brother and myself, Srinivasan and we are the founders of this company. But we are funded by various institutions and HNIs which are doing it. But largely we are the two stakeholders in this company. I mean, as promoters. But I would say one thing very clearly. I mean, actually, let me rephrase my answer altogether. The stakeholders are people like Murali and Anuti of this world who are there. I mean, they are the ones who are driving this company. We are only people in the back who just sit behind and then try to give some gyan. But I think they are the ones who actually work and then deliver the vision into a mission and mission into a final result. They are the ones who actually. I think they are the stakeholders of this company. I'm sorry, you asked me some questions. Same question. Okay.
How's the Nuron unique compared to Jio or Airtel?
Compared to Jio and Airtel. Okay. Now, if you see, Jio and Airtel have two broad divisions. One is your GSM division, which is there, and the other one is your wired broadband. Wired broadband, which they are very similar to us. Only thing they are Gen 3, Gen 4 network. We are the Gen 5 network where we are bringing in AI inside. We bring in a complete 100% cloud-based network. We also have what is called the deep edge technology which we are bringing inside. The aspect of the combination of these three is critical for us to understand this question. இது மூணு அவர்கிட்ட கிடையாது. அதாவது வந்து ஜெனரல் நார்மல் என்ன நெட்வொர்க் இருக்க நார்மலா உங்களுக்கு ஸ்விட்சர்ஸ் ரவுட்டர்ஸ் அப்படிதான் ஓடுறது. செகண்ட் பாயிண்ட் வந்து அதாவது AI aspect is not there in any of the networks today, whatever examples, I mean, you gave me. And the deep edge is a technology which is not prevalent anywhere other than Nuron. The deep edge என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா இப்போ இந்த ஏரியால நான் வந்து இன்டர்நெட் கொடுக்கணும்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன் நம்ம நுங்கம் மாட்டோம்னா நான் வந்து I have to give the internet here. My deep edge will be sitting somewhere in this corner, which is within 1 kilometer or 1.5 kilometers from this place. So thereby what happens is உங்களுக்கு the packet drop, latency இதெல்லாம் ரொம்ப கம்மியா இருக்கும் when compared to the market standard. I'll give an example of packet drop. Interesting story. நம்ம எல்லாரும் வந்து 100 Mbps நம்ம சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணோம்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன். So let's say we are paying an amount of, I'm just throwing a number. Let's say 799 rupees we are paying an amount. Okay. And we are saying, because I'm getting 100 Mbps, I have subscribed to 100 Mbps, I should get 100 Mbps. That's what we all look out for, right? Now, but what actually happens is there's something called a latency and there's something called a packet drop. இதில் என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா interesting parameters. Latency வந்து let's say ஒரு 30 Mbps வச்சுக்கோங்க. ஒரு ஆபரேட்டர் இருக்கான் அவனுக்கு 30 Mbps வந்து லேட்டன்சி இருக்கு. இன்னொரு ஆபரேட்டர் இருக்கான் அவனுக்கு 30 Mbps லேட்டன்சி இருக்கு வச்சுக்கோங்க. ரெண்டு ஆபரேட்டர் ஐ மீன் ஆபரேட்டர் A ஆபரேட்டர் B. ஆபரேட்டர் A வந்து packet drop னு ஒன்னு இருக்கு. Packet drop now everything is packets, right? I mean data is all transmitted in packets. So let's say that the packet drop quotient of operator A is let's say 2%. And the packet drop quotient of operator B is let's say 1%. Two scenarios. Now, I have both the guys are 100 Mbps is what the plan which has been subscribed for. Interesting to note, and there are documents available in Google, kindly do that. You will see that In the case of operator A, the throughput, நம்ம கையில என்ன வருது, நம்ம நெட்வொர்க் என்ன வருது, அது பார்த்தா 2.5 Mbps தான் நம்ம கையில வரும். Whereas operator B இது வந்து the throughput will be approximately around 50 to 60 Mbps. Packet drop plays such an important part in the whole story. Where Nuron comes into play is that Nuron puts the equipment out here, and then the packet drop is reduced to 0.1, 0.2%. My latency comes down to around less than 10 milliseconds. So therefore, Nuron is the only network, and I'm not just doing a marketing work here, I can prove it. It's the only network which is gaming ready, which is video ready, in all aspects. In other aspects, like for example, we're talking in terms of AI, or we're talking in terms of, let's say, improvement of efficiency and all those things. Those are all factors. But gaming and video ready, there's no other network, including the names you indicated, who are that. But Nuron is ready for that. We believe over the next 2 to 3 years of time, things will change. Unique number WhatsApp message and text message. It'll not stop it. 2 to 3 years from now, we'll be doing completely video. I mean, nothing will be, we'll move towards video. We'll not be doing a chat anymore. These aspects will change. My mom, who stays in Coimbatore, she has now learned to start doing a video chat with me. She was finding it so difficult. The camera, you comes in, front camera, change panuma, but so she still had to tell her. Now she has learned it. Now she started doing video chatting with me. She's no longer doing hello, how are you? Stop it. So these things will change. The trend will go towards more video.
Sir, what is Nuron objective? Objective for the next 5 years.
5 years is too long, sir, for a technology company. We can talk about, let's say, 3 years from now. I can't envisage, honestly, 5 years from now, where am I going to be? I don't know. But 3 years from now, I know where I will be. So I think Nuron will be focused on uplifting the lives of at least around 3,000 to 3,500 operators. We would have tied up with 3,000 to 3,500 operators in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Goa, and parts of Maharashtra and Orissa. This is as far as India is concerned. We have already tied up with these places there. On top of it, we have also tied up with countries like Indonesia, Sri Lanka, and Nepal, and Philippines, which are very similar to what Nuron India is. So the markets there are very similar. The diaspora is very similar. The kind of structure is very similar. So I think that Nuron over the next 3 years of time will be a global player, the first internet service provider of this kind from India to go global. I think that's what our dream is. So I think hopefully I've answered your question. 3 years from now, I think I should be there.
The product is actually explained in a very good manner actually. So what is your marketing plan and the budget you're looking to reach the target audience?
So marketing plan and
The
budget.
Yeah, resources.
So marketing plan I can talk. I mean, budget is something which is very fluid at this point of time. But marketing plan is we will be going through the cable operators, tying up with them, and then seeing how we can uplift their network has to be uplifted. To a lot of work is required. You go cable operator network வந்து நிறைய flaws இருக்கும். And the flaws are rectified பண்ணிட்டு போறது தான் main problem. For example, there is something called blue patch cord and green patch cords. நிறைய கேபிள் டிவி இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில green patch cord யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க, blue patch cord யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க. அந்த நிறைய nuances இருக்கு. அதெல்லாம் rectify பண்ணிட்டு போறதுக்கே பெரிய டைம் ஆகும். That is one part of our job which we will be doing. On top of it, so I don't want to call it as a marketing plan. That will be infrastructure plan. We will go into that. So a lot of budget is right now being spent on infrastructure, how to improve the infrastructure and go forward. For example, there is a terminology called ONU. FTTH in the FTTH I had to put a particular device in the house. Okay, and we at Nuron are 100% FTTH. So fiber to the home, which is fiber directly comes and terminates in your house. Our dream is to have close to around 300,000 subscribers over the next, let's say, 2 years of time in these states what I indicated, over the next 3 years. That's where we want to go. And all of them will be FTTH. All of them will be having speeds of greater than of taking more than 500 Mbps. 500 Mbps is half a gig is what we're talking about. The remotest part of Bharat. That's the plan. The dream is so big and so beautiful. I mean, just imagine what we can go and achieve. Just imagine this, that we in Chennai sitting over here have the same facilities of what a person in Nagapattinam or remotest part of Nagapattinam having the same facility. That is when you're talking about inclusive growth. I think that's what we're talking about. And the dream is so beautiful that I get goosebumps even now when I'm talking to you. I hope and I wish the Almighty can take care of my dream, that if that happens, I think we have achieved something. Any more questions, sir?
Sir, what role will play Nuron in the 5G era emergence?
I thought I answered that. One is with regards to convergence, where we can talk in terms of removing it and helping in the transmission and all of that. That is one particular point. I think that's the major role what we can do. And using convergence, I believe I can reduce the number of incidences of towers coming into play and all of that. I think that's the major role what we are going to play.
Complete automation in the house can be enabled.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Yes, man. About getting. 5 to 90% is residential connections. Which is 10 to 15% on the enterprises. IT companies, enterprise, general enterprises. அதான் சொல்றேன் மேடம், ட்ரீம் வந்து அங்கதான் இப்போ ரியலைஸ் ஆகும். நான் அங்கே போயிட்டு ஒரு வீட்டுக்கு போயிட்டு if I can provide him or her the capability for high speed internet which can help the child to go and study. Study could be anything, could be music, could be education, normal education or whatever. If that child can do an online education seamlessly, I think the dream is done. I believe today, I mean, I think it will be a handicap on that particular thing. Mainly when you compare to, I mean, I'm not forget about in Chennai for last 3 years, but if you look at Bangalore, for example, Bangalore pockets of Bangalore struggle with regards to internet. We have got the best of internet companies, but still we struggle because, like I was answering this question, these are all Gen 4, Gen 3 networks. Nobody has come up with Gen 5 network. What Nuron has come up with. Some other person will come, but that will only help us as India to grow more.
So how is your growth in the last few years? Your revenue?
So revenues. So so we have been doing pretty well. I mean, I think we have got a CAGR of close to around 44% year-on-year CAGR from last year growth to this year. There's been a huge growth with regards to where we are. We believe that the next year, critical year, this current year is going to be critical for us, and we are expecting a CAGR of close to around 62% to 63%. Any other questions, or can we wrap it up? It's been an honest pleasure to be here with you. I came from Bangalore for this particular thing, and I'm so happy that I came. I mean, the decision of getting up in the morning and leaving Coco and come. Coco is my dog. and come. And he was very upset with me that I left and came. But I said, no, I have to be here. And it's honest pleasure. Thank you very much. And I'm really honored and grateful to you all for spending your time with us, giving us your valuable time. It's so important to us that we got your support. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.